Well, hello guys, welcome back, episode number 68. And just staring at our recently created neighborhood, we seem to be having a little bit of traffic issues kind of coming in. So just from what I can see, it looks like this 6-lane road is not really Lincoln Alexander, I don't know, Lincoln, these two areas together very well. You can kind of see people are using only the one lane here, and they're using that both to turn and to go into this. So I think if we wanted to, we could try to upgrade this into a 6-lane, and that might maybe have an effect over in this quadrant, or we could bring this back down to what it was originally. And I'm willing to kind of test out both ideas, because I think the idea of a 6-lane is a little bit better in the long run. Bring in the one with some trees. And just do that right there. And we probably should just go the whole way, just in case. Now, hopefully people should use the middle lane if they want to make their way through. If they're only using inside and outside lane, then it's kind of pointless. So these guys here, I think their path has already been chosen, so I'm not really expecting too much from this little group coming in, but it's more or less people that are already crossing, or they're just about to cross the intersection. Their new path should be determined, and you already see, look at that, an improvement. Now my other crazy curveball idea was to do a little roundabout here, but I think that might be overkill. Or the other option, because I kind of think this is helping, is we could do a one-way road. And that way we don't talk about traffic lights, and then we can have that just come over to here. I remember we had that before going like this, but it created a set of lights. Now what we do instead is just kind of go elsewhere with the connection. Okay, so maybe I can go, I cannot. The intersection here is not liking that. If I go like this though, that looks kind of okay. Just in terms of like the flow of it all. Okay, so we'll put back our residential right there. And the goal of this was to like not create a traffic light, but now people can go this way. So hopefully that should start to alleviate some of this backup, because you can see it's spilled out under the highway. Alright, so we'll just let this kind of do its thing. And what we'll do in the meantime is just hop over to this side of the highway and kind of continue on our little like suburby kind of feel. And then with this area, I might maybe do one little pocket of buildings, and when I have like skyscrapers, and then I'm gonna do like a little block around them of some medium-sized buildings. So we'll use that like, level up cap right there, and then the rest will just be houses. So it'll kind of look nice, I think. And then we'll hopefully go maybe a little bit over the track, so we'll kind of see how it goes. Just kind of fill this area in. Alright, so this, as it's doing its thing, does slightly look worse. I don't know. Okay, we'll just let that work. I don't want to... It's like watching paint dry, you know? Okay. So why don't we continue this road as kind of like our main road for like this little section, you know? And I'll make a bridge like right over here. 12 should be enough. And that should be okay. I think it was 10 units we made the other one. Yeah, that works for me. And I left a little bit of room so that we can sneak another set of rails. So much stuff. So I downloaded a whole bunch of trains, which I'm hoping that I can plop these. I'm so confused, because I see in all these screenshots and stuff, people are like plopping these like trains or whatever, right? Empty trains down in rail yards. But like, here, just go over here for example. But when I use them, obviously I'm not gonna go right there. Well, let's try something else. I know this is a little asterisk right here, but really, really quick. Gosh, what am I looking for? I'll know it when I see it. It's like at the train yard, this thing, yes, okay. So there's this guy, right? can we put these things on top? No, we can't, right? So that's fair. I understand. That could be like a park thing on its own, right? So what do I have to get? It doesn't work on normal rail either, right? So that'll connect. But I've seen people do, you know, where they leave like, how am I gonna do this? Maybe that made a little segment. I think it did. No, it did not. Where people, they go like, you know, they leave a little bit like that, right? I've seen that, but then you're kind of left with, you know, it's not really looking, not looking right, you know? Oh goodness, I don't know what to do here, guys. So you can see the little bumpery dudes. Okay. Well, if anyone has the insight, please let me know, because I don't know what exactly to download. A little bit frustrating. Anyway, asterisks, we're back. Okay. What I was looking for, and oh goodness, we're not even in the right part of town. I was like, none of this looks familiar. Alright, so what I was going to do, before I got distracted, was put another track just going through here. There should be enough room. Oh, that was it, yeah. Kind of. Okay. So that's good. And then what I'm going to do from this is, well, actually, no, before we close it off, let's make this a little bit different. I was going to try something a little bit crazy, but I don't think it's going to work. So we'll put our train station. I'll have to do another road kind of coming out right here, just so this actually works. And I like this station, so why don't we use the Suburban? Okay, so we'll keep that right there. We will use, why don't we use the small 4-lane? That's a good, I really like this road in general. I think we should be using this a bit more. Okay, so just so it kind of works with the way that the rails kind of bend, I'm going to curve this a bit, and then we'll put the train station on this street. And now that I see that little bit, I don't necessarily like the way that curves. Let's try that again. Okay, so just what can we go off of that's kind of symmetrical? Oh, and oh no, why did take a look, all of our parks are a little that's random. Okay, let's see if I can fix that. There we go. I wonder what has made that park do that. That was very strange. The rest of them okay? Okay, good. Because yeah, Mr. Random Uploader, he had requested that he wants to take over the surrounding areas and implement some policies. So why don't we expand and let him take over here. We'll have to enact some cool policies too. Okay. And let me just squish that back over. And let's go like that with that. Cool. Okay. So, what's a fun policy? I know this is like, I'm totally going in like circles here. Not circles, but you know, I'm getting sidetracked very easily. Okay, so just a fun policy that we can do. Let's do recreational use. A little bit of a liberal kind of neighborhood over here. And parks and recs, because we have a nice park here, right? So let's do that. And then in terms of city planning, what could we do in the back over here, I wonder? Oh, encourage some biking. There we go. Cool. That's a nice little start. Make this area a little bit more unique. Alrighty. Okay, so back to what I was doing, which was making this road right here. Alright, so why don't we kind of come in at a straight line like this, and then we'll curve this to that. Probably, hopefully. I like the look of that much more. And then this can kind of maybe go in a straight line. Just kind of down here, and then go like this. And then go like that. And okay, see if I can again just kind of make this look a little symmetrical, just so it kind of lines up with the stuff that's around it. And so this is mostly going to be lower rise buildings. Okay, so don't have to worry about roads being too wide. So back again in circles here. Let's go back to our train station. Okay, great. Let's see if I can get that just right there. It's perfect. And there we go. Oh, I do hope I can figure out that train, like popping the assets down. Okay, so that comes in, that goes out. And from here, let's just go just like that. Quite simply. And so this is a external train line. So in an effort to kind of alleviate the traffic, that's why we're doing this little sub kind of like little breakaway line right here. And the goal of this would just be to bring people into one of the transportation hubs. And oh, this area looks much better. People are actually using both. That's cool. This is still gonna be backed up though, because it just happens to be a busy off ramp. Now I wonder. Oh man, it'd be cool to like segregate these so that there is no traffic light. Because like no one's really going that way, right? Is that crazy? Okay, I mean, oh goodness. What an idea this would be. Alright, so let me think here. Or just roundabout it. That's probably a smarter approach given the area. Because the only people waiting at this point now, because we've cleared the backlog going under, is just people getting off the highway. And again, I don't want that, you see anyone that's braking here is going to block people from coming in. So we want to avoid that. Okay, so let's just pause the game. Apologize to everyone right now really quickly, getting destroyed here. Sorry, everybody. I know your route was planned. Oh my goodness. Okay, so roundabouts. And not a very big roundabout, just given that we don't have very much size. So let's try 5 units. So we made the roundabout too small. It doesn't really work because we have a pretty decent amount of volume coming in, right? Okay, so now we go back to our 6-lane roads, which may not actually be the best choice anymore. Well, we can upgrade this to, I wasn't planning on making this a 3-lane roundabouts. I was gonna do a 2-lane. I find the 3 lanes to be a little bit, you know, not realistic, right? Okay, so let's see, since we don't actually have to worry too much about traffic, let's try switching to a 4-lane road here. Okay, so we'll just go underground. And I think there should be enough room to do this. If not, we are in trouble. Okay, so what we'll do is make this go a little bit longer. Like that, and then that goes like that. Perfect. And then now we connect everybody else. So in order to preserve the shape, which I always forget to do, let's draw these in. And we'll just connect to those points. And so this is now going to become a 2-lane highway again. There we are, that's what I'm looking for. And then that will just go maybe a little bit more curved, just so it's a faster inflow. Okay. And then now, yeah, I don't want to destroy that building, so I'm prepared to lose shape over here, hypothetically. Maybe we can do some patchwork. Oh, we have a straight line. Not quite. We can probably do something along this line. And then, yes, we need to fix this. Okay, so why don't we go... Maybe we can half make it. I don't know. Will that work? No, let's just do it again. And then just see how it turns out. And then we'll just fix whatever craziness happens here. Okay, so let's go. That works for me. And then this part has to be changed, but we can just connect these two now. That should look really cool. Okay, so just slightly... Nope, slightly too far. Almost had that. Okay. This needs to go like a fraction further. Okay. Not quite 100% what I was after, but that is like the most minuscule of curves, so I will totally not stress that. Alright, and the old upgrade of these. And now we can switch this back to avenues. Personally, I like the look of the avenues. And then just so that there's a uniform color in the streetlights, just to do that as well. That's when I say color too, I kind of meant that color, you know. Let's just put it on 1 speed. I don't have to go crazy here on 3 speed. The 3 speed. Oh my goodness, look at this traffic jam, these poor people. Okay, have we set out what we wanted to do? Short answer is, I believe so. Look at that. So now we can 3 speed. Let's just clear this backlog here. Look at that. We should have done this from the first take. And this is okay again as an avenue, I believe. Cool. No more blocking the highway. Awesome. Theoretically, we can do the same thing over here if this area gets really busy. Okay, so our friend over here needs power. So why don't we just do something fun like this, and then just drop in a couple service boxes. And just, why not? And piping, we can just really quickly pipe this whole area. Super, super fast. There. Works for me. Okay, so now these guys got power, they got water. Now, since we have a little bit of a wider road here. Oh, did I not change? I'm so silly. Okay, let's just go underground. And let us upgrade. We forgot to do that part. And let's maybe change all of this to an avenue and just kind of see what traffic looks like. Because again, I'm trying to make this a little bit of a quieter neighborhood. And a 6-lane road doesn't necessarily scream quiet, right? Actually, I don't think that statement even works. How do you scream quiet? But you know what I mean, right? Like, not really what we were after. Okay, so let's maybe try something interesting over here. Okay, so what I would like is a big roundabout over here. It's kind of like a little mini, like, center of town or something. Okay, there's that. And then, why don't we try... Oh. Try that. That works. And okay, I want to do something like this, you know. And I believe it's possible. Okay. Yes, that'll connect. As will that, but that's not really nice. This little section right there. So let's go further. There we go. Nice. So now we can host a little bit more traffic, and we can have slightly bigger buildings just in parts of this, which was kind of what I was after. Even though the general feel is a little bit of a, just like, you know, lower density, kind of quieter part of town in general. Oh, that fits so close. That's crazy. Okay. And nothing like, you know, nothing nuts here. I was gonna say crazy, but I'm using crazy too many times, and then I use it anyway, so. Okay. Not the nicest curve right here, so let's try that one again. You know me, these little extras, I gotta do them now. Still not quite what I'm after. Yes, that we can do. Let's turn off the snaps. There we are. That works for me. Okay. And whenever I do these kind of areas, I'm just trying to steer away from a grid, but I'm also going for a little bit of symmetry. That way it's not too boring. Okay, so let's do some small grass-covered streets now. And let's just do some neighborhood-style streets. And let's space these somewhat efficiently. Oh, maybe not. Okay. And just for measure, let's just do one more. Okay. Not the most conventional shaped neighborhood, but that's not a problem. And I want to change this to make a Y. Why, you might ask? I can't tell you. I just felt like it. Okay. I do realize I am a big dork. Like, that's totally... I know. That's okay. I like being a dork. It's like, you know, it's chic to be geek these days, right? So... Oh, cool. Yes. I like when this kind of stuff fits, too. How can we make this work, though? We can probably get some commercial around here. That won't really mind the sound. Yeah, that's fine. And then we'll just go just like that. Alright, so that pretty much works for me. There's a big open area here, which I don't want. So why don't we maybe do something about that? There we go. Nice gentle little curve right there. And that can continue. And then this guy, what do we do with you, my friend? Is that what we're doing here, I guess? Yeah, that can work for me. I'll just look from overhead. Visually, I think we need one more kind of going through here, personally. So what we can do is this. Bada bing. And bada boom. But I would like to use these, please. And then we'll just go like that. There. I like it. Modern art. It's beautiful. Got a train station. Look at that in action too. Cool stuff. So train station, garbage collection, great. So let's start dropping in some services here. Okay, so let's do a school. That's definitely a must. High school, we have one close by, but you can never have enough of those, right? Again, not looking for the biggest of the buildings. So why don't we put our high density pocket over here? And just a few big buildings over on this side. Now, like these areas, I ideally like, I want something. I don't really want, but trees. I almost just want like a little. Just a little something, something. Okay, can we do this? I don't see why not. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, so commercial, some tall buildings in that little pocket, some on this side, get some more over here, and then same story, morning glory. Let's do this as well over here. Okay. I'm in a very weird mood today, apparently. I'm like, you know, singing off song lyrics that don't even work, right? Aren't even correct. Why can't I? There we go. That's what I want. Okay. Now, ideally, something like this on this side. Let's go out just a little bit, and then we'll curve it. There we go. And I don't necessarily like the fact that those are super open, but I can just make us like a little park or something in there, you know? I know these guys haven't gotten power. Okay, so let's just really quickly add in some offices. Smaller tier commercial. Noisy right over here. And some residential. And then again, for the noise sake, let's put some offices in here. And then a little bit of high density right there. And then it is my plan to use the level cap, like I said. So these are not all going to be like super tall buildings, you know? Okay, so that's that. I think we need a little side street in this little section. And we'll do a nice big park in there as well. And you know what, actually guys, just kind of keeping an eye on our time here. I think we may just have to call it an episode here, and then we'll just pick up where we'll leave off in the next one. But no, not bad at all. Got a lot done. Okay, so let's just really quickly fix this power problem. Just so this is out of our... There we go. Gotcha. Nice little area. I'm really liking the way this is turning out. And so I'll probably sneak some more high density in this little pocket right here. Get some commercial or some office, just because of how noisy these trains are going to be. And yeah, just like a little something in here. We can also do another one-way coming back into that roundabout. Because traffic so far is pretty easy breezy. Very cute though. So yeah, fix our traffic problems over here. Don't really see any more issues. This is a little bit backed up, but that's just volume, you know? That's not really... nothing crazy. So we'll have to do a little decorum or decorations in both of our roundabouts, probably a little park or something like that. And yeah, we'll kind of beef up the services and, you know, just kind of expand the city outward. Just the same old song and dance, but no, this is nice. I like this. I think the shape's kind of cool too. And possibly could do a little bit of building on the outskirts here. Remember, I think the plan was to bring this up and around, and then that way we can sneak in some more highway interchanges and then connect with that guy. Okay, so I don't want to forget about that, so we'll hopefully get that done in the next episode. All right, guys, thanks for sticking with it. I do appreciate you guys coming back episode after episode. It means a lot to me. Like, you know, like we're very far into the series, and I know a lot of people just watch the first few episodes and they're kind of done with it. You guys are cool. You guys have stuck around, you know? So that means like way more to me than you probably think. And there's been a lot of talk about wanting to start a new series. I know we did that like a few weeks ago, and kind of a new year, new series kind of mentality. So what I did is I created a map, which is like totally just at random. I suddenly felt like making a map, and my first attempt at it turned out okay. It wasn't like bad or anything, so I might use that for our second city. The only downside is it's not a European theme. I totally forgot to make it one, and then I did say I'd make a European theme for our second map, so I might use that for a time lapse, and then just kind of, you know, or we'll see. Who knows? Anyway, that is all. I'm rambling. Thanks, guys. See you again. Have yourselves a great day.